Welcome back, degenerates. You may think you're sick and tired of Seiko, but you and I both know your degenerate ass is gonna sit there on the toilet and watch this video. And I don't blame you. This watch is clean as fuck. It's watches like this that reel me back into Seiko addicted degeneracy no matter how much I want to quit the habit. Informally known as the Steelmaster, the SPB185 is one of the reasons why, no matter how many times you try and convince me that Seiko is overhyped, I simply will not care. Watches like this are awesome and transcend logic or reason. The allure of steel, however, makes sense. Our attraction to this style exists because on a deeper level, steel represents eternity. It represents timelessness. When the flames of history burn away trends, fads, and norms, steel will remain. To be fair, on paper there's nothing special here. Nothing here is technically gonna slap you in the face. If I read the specs to you, you'd wonder why I was so enthusiastic about it. But that's not why we're here, are we? You know exactly why we like this thing. We're here because we like big ol' fat juicy tits and not the personality behind them. And that's what this watch is. This watch is the horological equivalent to the sweetest rack you've ever seen, and it's glorious. I don't need to wax poetic here. It's just a good looking watch, plain and simple. The Zaratsu polishing is no joke. While overinflated price tags may ruin the novelty of the finishing, it is objectively a beautiful way to showcase steel. I am not a fan of mirror surfaces, but I find that this is a perfect combination of brushed and polished, with both surfaces working in harmony for an overall result of a sharp, professional tool. I don't like too much bling, but I also don't like too little bling either. I'm very particular with my bling levels. I need just the right amount of bling, and the 185 is just right. I've had this watch for just over 4 years now. Well, technically. I bought my first 185 in 2021, sold it 2 years later, immediately regretted it, and bought another one. I used to think people who bought the same watch multiple times were retards, and I still do. Nothing has changed my thoughts on that matter. For what it's worth, that's at least how I know that I really like a watch. When you become a degenerate watch addict, it surprisingly becomes very easy to lose interest in a watch after you've acquired it, because you're constantly chasing after that shiny new high. But you do that enough times and then you start to realize that the new watch you got wasn't actually something you genuinely wanted. It was just something that was interesting because you didn't own it. It's ridiculous, I know. Trust me, you don't need to tell me. I know more than anyone here how ridiculous it is. Anyways, when I came to the realization that all these shiny new things were actually worthless to me, the 185 continued to live rent-free in my head as the watch that just got me. Everything from the superficial features to all of the bullshit intangible stuff just matched my preferences, so it inevitably made it back into my collection. Judge me all you want, but if you're watching a channel like this and you're still here, then you, my little degenerate friend, are not that far off from doing the same thing. What are you gonna do? There are worse things in life than having an exceptionally clean watch. And sometimes you just gotta make really dumb life decisions to learn, even if it's the hard way. The 185 is one of those watches that's understated and attractive all at the same time. One might say that it's attractive because it's so understated. It isn't presented with any particular agenda or theme, yet makes an impactful statement. That's the beauty of monochrome steel watches. They say a lot without saying much of anything at all, like a blank template that for whatever reason is just enjoyable to look at. The sharp lines on the case, the quiet authority of the dial, and the sporty layout of the 4 o'clock crown offer a lot without going into excess. Underneath this professional exterior lies the quintessential bones of a brand deeply connected with Japan's vibrant entertainment legacy. From Metal Gear Solid to Neon Genesis Evangelion, this brand has played a significant role for many of us, even if only in our subconscious. It's a brand synonymous with the Nintendo Power generation, bridging the gap between horology and imagination, and all of that essence is captured in the Steelmaster. Of course, this applies to a lot of other Seikos, and isn't exclusive to this one watch only. I guess all I'm trying to say is there's a reason why so many of us connect to this brand outside of whatever technical features they provide. At the end of the day, alls I know is there's nothing better than throwing on the Steelmaster, starting up the old PlayStation, and enjoying some classics from the 90s. Can we start calling it the Katana? Or maybe there's already a Seiko Katana, I don't know. Kinda just makes sense to me that this fully metal angular thing gets named after the other fully metal angular thing that everybody knows Japan for. Anyways, that is all. Stay classy, I sure as hell won't.